Welcome to week 2. I want to go over some things to help you be successful this semester. Last week you should have registered for SimNet and Connect, participated in our discussion, our welcome one, and I hope while you were there you looked at the tips discussions. I usually will put some extra helpful things under tips in the discussion board. And you should have activated your RCCD email, sent me a link or a document with it that showed that you had activated the discussions and messages modules that will show up when you first log into Blackboard. It's important that you always check those each time you enter. I'm going to go over our schedule for this week. Here's where you find our weekly schedule. If you see what's due for this week, we have several things in SimBook or SimNet. We have SimPaths. A lot of Sims, I know. We'll see about those each time. And then next week we'll have a Connect module also. If you look at the schedule, you'll get an idea of what's due when it's due so that you can plan ahead. Some weeks we'll have discussions, some week we'll have exams. So make sure you look through this and plan ahead. Back in Blackboard, you'll see that we have a link on the left called Weekly Assignments. And each week we'll have different things due. This has a link that goes directly to SimNet, which I'll show you in a minute what these SimPaths will look like. If I was going to complete the first ones, I can either click here and log into SimNet from there, or click on the one on the left-hand side. And then here I'll choose McGraw-Hill Campus. And then I'll click SimNet Grader down there. This is what it looked like when you registered for the temporary trial, but this will take you into the actual program now. When you log in, you'll see a list of each of the chapters we'll be covering. When you click on it, it'll show what is due for this week. When you click on a SimPath, which I did, and what we'll do in our first week, you start by taking a short exam. The exam tests your skills, and then it makes a lesson for you, and then a final test that you get scored on. So this first one is asking me to open a document that we see listed on the left. So I'll click on that. When I do it right, it'll say OK. It then moves me to the next question. I've now opened up a SimBook, which we'll spend more time on during this semester. I want to recommend that you always maximize the screen. That way, if there's something they ask you to do, you'll have the full document open, opposed to just having it small. As you go through here, you can choose a skill, although this is like an ebook. And so if you open it up, you can read through. And then at times, it'll have different ways to complete tasks. So you're reading. And then sometimes it'll have what's called Show Me, Guide Me, and Let Me Try. On the right, you see the directions on what they're teaching you. Show Me will be a quick video on what this is about. Guide Me is kind of interactive. It shows you and also gives you questions. And then Let Me Try will open up something that you need to complete. I'm not going to type this because it's kind of long, but after I type the words up here and pressed enter, it would tell me if I was correct. If not, it would let me redo it and help me through it. I'm back under weekly assignments because I want to show you that week 3 will be a little different, and after that it will also be different because we'll have a Connect module to also complete. Let me show you what that's like. I can either click here and go directly into Connect, or again on the left hand side I can click there and proceed to that program. I've now gone into Connect, and you'll see it's ordered they're placed in order of what we're going to complete. And this first one is Introduction to Investigating Technology. I have a video under Blackboard that shows what this is like, and I'll show you where you can find that. I'm going to go to Web Links, and under there I have videos on how to complete Connect modules. See there? I also have checking for system requirements to make sure it'll work fine. I have 3 videos also that are linked here about SimNet, so you know what a SimPath is like, a SimBook, and a Sim project. Sim projects are a little different. You actually will download a file, create it, work on it on your computer. That's why you need to have Microsoft Office. and then when you're done you will submit it. So watch the video to see how this is performed. Here we see the first project. It's for Word Chapter 1, Independent Project 1.4. I want you to see that you can download a file that's workable on 2013 or 2016, and also for Mac version 2016. I also want you to see on the bottom left hand side you can submit the files twice. That means that what you will do is download the files that you need. It'll have directions and a start file usually. It's very important that you don't rename it because the name that is assigned to it is specific to you. After you're done, you upload the file and then it's graded. You don't have to click on grade until you're finished with it. If you don't get 100%, you'll have a way to review it, and then you can submit the file after you correct the mistakes. While we're here, look at the different links that are under the web links. I have help for SimNet or Connect. You can also see about the videos that I explained just a few minutes ago, and there's also Blackboard help here. Okay, so look through that. Also under helpful files, starting next week you'll need to convert your 14-day temporary access subscriptions to Connect and SimNet to the full version, and so this is how. If you buy a book at the bookstore, this is also where you will change that temporary access to the full access. Okay? I also want to show you in SimNet where you can get the system requirements test, which will help make sure your machine is ready for it down here on the bottom right, and also technical help, although I showed you a link to that in Blackboard. Connect also has help. Let me show you real quick about that. In addition to having the help link up here on the top, I have a place where you can check your system requirements for Connect. One last thing, each week I'll have announcements, and those are sent to your RCCD email. That was one reason I had you activate that. So check it because it'll have reminders in there, and it will also have what's due each week. Okay, make sure you always check emails from me too, and if you have any questions, I hope that you'll contact me. I wish you the best. Talk to you soon.